Tonight, disturbing video showing police dragging a black paraplegic man from his car during a traffic stop in Ohio. And that man now accusing the Dayton Police Department of racial profiling and unlawful arrest in a complaint with the NAACP. Athena Jones is out front.
They dragged me to their vehicle like a dog, like trash, like you would take out trash.
The video is difficult to watch. Dayton, Ohio police pulling a black paraplegic man from a car during a traffic stop last month.
I can't step out the car, sir. But you got to I got help.
Well, I hope you're getting out. I'm gonna help you get out.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna help you get out.
Well, I don't think that's gonna happen, sir.
39-year-old Clifford Owensby lodged a complaint with the NAACP. He accuses police of profiling, unlawful arrest, illegal search and seizure, and failing to read him his rights before taking him to jail. Police say they stopped Owensby after seeing him leave a suspected drug house. And based on that sighting and Owensby's past history of felony drug and weapons possession charges, officers called for a narcotics detection canine unit, a drug-sniffing dog, to check the vehicle. Department policy requires occupants exit the vehicle first. The nearly 12-minute police body camera video shows an officer pulling Owensby over and ordering him out of the car.
Step out of the car.
I cannot step out of the car. I cannot step out of the vehicle.
In the car, you can get out of the car.
The officer says several times he will help Owensby out of the car. Owensby declines, saying he will call someone he knows to come help him.
Hey, bro, can you come down the street to Ferguson and Grand?
Throughout the September 30th incident, Owensby repeatedly asked the officer to call a superior to the scene. The officer says he will do so, but Owensby must get out of the car first.
Because you're getting out of the car. That's not an option. You're getting out of this car. So you can cooperate and get out of the car, or I'll drag you out of the car. You see your two options here?
Seconds later, a struggle ensues as two officers forcibly remove Owensby, at one point pulling him by his hair.
Get out of the car. You have to get out of the car.
Dayton Police Major Brian Johns said officers retrieved a bag from Owensby's vehicle containing about $22,000 in cash. Owensby said Sunday the money was his savings and that no weapons or drugs were found in the search. He was not charged with any drug-related offenses. A child was also in the car at the time of the incident. Police cited Owensby for not using a child restraint and for having tinted glass windows that obscured vision. He pleaded not guilty. Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley told the Dayton Daily News a full investigation is underway, and no matter where you live or what you look like, everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect when dealing with Dayton police. Now, a spokesman for the Ohio Attorney General's office says it is not investigating the incident because local law enforcement or a county prosecutor must first make a referral. Meanwhile, the Dayton Fraternal Order of Police told the Dayton Daily News sometimes the arrest of non-compliant individuals is not pretty, but it is a necessary part of law enforcement to maintain public safety, which is one of the fundamental ideologies of our society. The officers involved are still on duty as the internal investigation continues. Aaron?
All right, Athena, thank you very much. And Clifford Owensby is now out front. With him is Derek Forward, the president of the Dayton NAACP. I appreciate both of you taking the time to talk about this. Obviously, it's very disturbing to watch this. Clifford, let me start with you. Can you tell me and everyone watching in your own words what happened when you got pulled over?
Once I got pulled over, I was under the impression that I was pulled over for a tent, so I was expecting for him to write me a ticket and then be let go so I can continue on about my day. Unfortunately, for me, I ended up with a bad scratch-off lottery ticket, straight to jail.
So, Clifford, I want to replay. It's hard for anyone to watch this. I don't know how many times you've had to rewatch this yourself, but the body cam video when the officers dragged you out of the car. Again, for anyone watching, I want to warn people it's difficult, but I think it's important to understand what really happened to you. Here is part of it.
I am a paraplegic, bro. You can hurt me. You can hurt me, bro. What are y'all doing, bro?
You're making this
I'm a paraplegic, bro. I'm trying to tell you that I got help getting in the car. Y'all hurt me. They can hurt me.
Get out of the car. You have to get out of the car.
Ow! Ow!
Get out of the car.
Somebody help! Somebody help!
Clifford, what was going through your head when this happened, when they pulled you out of the car?
I was in fear of my life. All I could do is just close my eyes and grab the steering wheel, and I prayed to God in my head to, make sure that it didn't go the way that it went. And they snatched me out of the vehicle by my hair, and I don't know, it's a constant reminder every day, and I can't get past the fact that, I've been humiliated like that, never do anyone like that, treat any citizens of Dayton, Ohio, or anywhere else like that.
And I know you talk about the humiliation that you felt. I mean, Derek, with everything that Clifford is saying and with the context that Athena had in her piece here talking about what happened, are you convinced this was racial profiling?
Well, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. We're not going to say that it's racial profiling because the gentleman who actually pulled him out of the car was African American. What this was a pretextual stop that led to an egregious act on a citizen within the United States of America by ways of Clifford Owensby, our client. So the way that we view this is the officer was very aggressive from the beginning. And as Owensby stated, that's why he was fearful of his life when the officer asked him to get out of the car. Number one, you heard the officer state very clearly inside the video that you got one or two things is going to happen. Number one, either you're going to get out the car, or number two, we're going to drag you out of the car.
Right.
So the officer chose the latter. The officer chose to drag him out of the car because number one, was not going to take place because he could not get out of the car on his own. So the officer's actions, in our view, were egregious. He was upset for whatever the case may have been, but this should a traffic stop, a pretextual traffic stop with regarding the tint on his window should not have led to a citizen within these United States of America in the 21st century to be dragged in a car like an animal with his hair drugged across a parking lot. And furthermore, as we take a look at him going to the hospital, or not even the hospital, even getting inside the police cruiser, our client, they would not even assist our client to get in the police cruiser in a humane way. Then even going to the hospital, the same way, in terms of him being able to get out and being taken care of at the hospital. And then so much so that when they actually took him to jail from the hospital, the intake refused to even accept him. So when the intake refused to accept him at the jail, then after that point in time, he asked the officers to take him back to where they found him because the officers asked him, well, where do you want us to take you? And the officer said, well, can you take me back to where you picked me up? The officer did not do that. And ultimately, he had to call a ride to come pick him up from the jail. So the situation was clearly unnecessary. The officer should have been put on desk duty, should have been put on administrative leave immediately.
Yes.
Until a full investigation ensued.
So Clifford, let me ask you, and it is, as you emphasize, they are still back on duty as we understand it, right? That there has been no move to desk duty at this point or anything else. Clifford, you talk about thinking you may have been pulled over for tainted windows. The police say that they stopped you because you were leaving a suspected drug house, and that because of your felony drug history and weapon history, that's why they requested a narcotics canine at the scene. And then the canine reacted to your $22,000 in cash, suggesting it was near illegal drugs. Obviously, I know they did not find any in your car, and that's important. But what do you say to all that? They're giving this involved description.
It seemed like I've been profiled. Again, there were no drugs, weapons, or anything found. They just, I don't know. I'm not sure what their intentions were, but they definitely hurt me, and I've been in pain ever since. And having to watch that video over and over, I can't get past it.
And when we take a look at the situation, whether or not it was a known drug house or not. It's his property. He is a businessman inside of our local community. He owns several properties.
Yeah.
He went over there. He went over there to get some cable boxes from the property. So he took those cable boxes were in his car, and as he proceeded to take off, then the officer stopped him shortly thereafter. So everything inside of his story is very clear. He went there for a particular purpose.
Yes.
He left. He left there, and the officers decided to stop him with a pretextual stop. So it had nothing to do. They were hoping to find drugs. They were hoping to find weapons. They were hoping to find something illegal to charge him with. But in this particular case, that did not happen. We cannot change, the police department cannot change the narrative of what happened on this particular stop.
Well,
Yeah.
certainly it was obviously incredibly hard to watch, and I know humiliating and painful for you. So Clifford, thank you for telling your story.